Hello, here in Horizon playing with the door we created in the previous tutorial. How it works? Well, you stand in front of the door and that will open it, and then it will close by itself after some seconds. So I would like to make a second part of the tutorial. So in this video we're going to create a lock for the door, so it won't open if you stand in front of it. To open it, you will need to grab an object and hit the lock to break it, and that will automatically open the door. But first, let me summarize what we did in the previous tutorial, showing you some components and the scripts. So the main components here are the trigger that will detect the player, the door that will be opened, and the sound object. So the first script is the door trigger. So when we receive the player enter event, we are going to send the open event to this door. This door is a variable declared here as an object. Let's go now to the door script. This will open and close the door. Let me go to the variables to show you what is happening. So first we have moving that will tell me whether the door is moving or not. This is to avoid interrupting the open and close animations. Then we have the open time, that is how long will it take to open the door. That means rotate it to the open angle. We're going to use the same time to close the door. Then we have the wait time, that is for how long the door will remain open before closing. This is the sound we are going to play when we open the door. Then the initial rotation, we save it so we can come back to it when we close. And finally the rotation, that is the open angle, so how far will the door rotate to open. Let's check the logic now. When the word is started, we set the initial rotation to the rotation of the object. When the event open, that is coming from the trigger, when the event open is received. With this if, we only open if we are not already moving, and then we set moving to true. In this next block, we open the door using the open angle, and this rotation is to last the open time in seconds. Then we play the open sound, and then at the same time we open, we send the close event to close the door. But we need to send this event with a delay because we need to wait for the door to open plus the time that it should remain open. Then when we receive the close event that we are sending here, we rotate to the initial rotation angle using the same open time. This is rotate to different than rotate because before we were rotating in a delta angle and now we know the final angle. We use the same open time and we rotate ourselves. And then we send the finish event with delay using the open time because we have to wait for the door to be closed. And finally, when we receive the finish event, we set moving to false and the logic finishes. And now I would like to show you how the objects are using these scripts. We open the group. With this button we go inside the group, and let's open the trigger, the door, and the sound. So we can start here in the trigger. This is a trigger that is detecting the player. Is using the door trigger, and this is the door input that you can see here, this one. So we are gonna send open to this door. Let me open this again. So this is the door. This is the door. Is using the door script. Is rotating in 90 degrees in Y. Is using the sound. The wait time is 3 and the open time is 2 in seconds, and it's moving in false, and this one is the reference. So the door is connected to the trigger using this connector, so the trigger will send the open event to the door. And in the same way that this sound here is connected to the door script. So basically this sound is directional, it's not global. Here you can preview it and you can grab the reference and put it in the sound. A final test. Perfect. We're ready to start. So the first step will be to duplicate this door and start working with it as a base. let's pick the group, duplicate it, and place it here. And now we could create a pipe, maybe, to break the lock. So let's try to do it. Okay, our pipe is ready. Let's open its property panel, and we need to be able to grab this pipe. So here we can pick interactable and grabbable. So now let's try it. I should be able to grab it. Nice. Okay. Here you can see two pipes now, the regular one and a more transparent one. The transparent one defines the original position of the pipe. So if you reset the world or move the pipe, it will come back to that state. So the next step is to make this trigger area to recognize the pipe. So to recognize when the pipe enters the area. To do that, let's go to the script. Remember, this is the door trigger, the one that was recognizing when the player was entering with this event here. So now we need to add another event, and this is it, when the object enters a trigger. So when an object enters a trigger, I would like to send the same event to the door, open. So I can open it by the player entering the trigger or by an object entering the trigger. And this is okay because triggers cannot recognize players and objects at the same time. So the trigger recognizes players or the trigger recognizes objects. So the next step is to open this trigger. It is already working with the door trigger script, and here in trigger on you can pick player or object trigger. And here you have to specify the tag. So only objects of this tag will be recognized by this trigger. So I just put a pipe as a tag. Let's close this. So let's try this. This is good. The player is not triggering the event anymore, but I forgot to tag the pipe. So let's open the property panel for the pipe. And here you can go to attributes and specify the tag right here. Let's write pipe again. Let's close this. Oh, another thing that you can see here is the tag changes the name. So you can see pipe in the name. So let's grab the pipe and come on, it's working. Nice. Okay. Let's make this trigger smaller and put it there where the lock will be. Okay, good. Let's try it. And it's working. I could have used a key instead. A more civilized option. Okay, let me paint this door to make it look more metallic and create the lock. Okay, I have my lock here, and I also duplicated the door to make it double. So in order to support that, I will just create another script and I will group these two doors in that script. So let's proceed with that. So we're here in my script. I will rename it to double door. I think that's okay. I will remove the first event when the words started. We don't need it. Now we need to define the references for my two doors. So let's create a variable called door1 and another one called door2. these two variables are objects. We're also creating a variable for the lock, because when we break it, we have to make it disappear. This double door script is just a bridge between the trigger and the two doors. So it will have the same event. So first we need to listen for the open event that the trigger will send, and we will need to send this same event to our two doors, right? So let's send one per door. Okay, so we have the two events here. I will have to send open and open. And now we have to grab the variables for the two doors. So open to door 1 and open to door 2. This is good. Let's connect everything here. I'm opening the properties for the two doors. They are using the same sound, and we don't want that. But we can use another sound because we still need a sound to break the lock. So let's try to find one. Okay, I have my sound. So the first door will play the regular opening sound, and the second one will play the lock sound, the breaking sound. Yeah, another option was to unify the sounds in the double door, but we can proceed with this one. It's okay. And for one of the doors I need to use the negative angle because it has to open in the other direction. And now the next step will be to group these two doors and the lock in the double door object. Let's pick the first door, the second one, and the lock, and group them. And now this new group will need to use the double door script here. And now we need to set the references. So the references are inside the group because I just grouped them. So I need to go inside, open the property panels of the two doors, and grab the references here, door 1 and door 2. So we are just connecting the references in the double door script. And now this part is important. We can reuse this trigger. This trigger is just sending an open event to a target that is an object. So we can change that target so the open event can be sent to the double door here. And this double door will send the open event to each door. And that's everything. Oh, I forgot the lock. Let's open the lock and connect the reference. Grab it from here and connect it to the door variable in the double door. Okay, that was everything. Let's try this. Let's grab my pipe and cool, but the lock is there. Okay, I forgot to add the logic for the lock. Let's come back to the script. And now you have some functions here. Here you have a hide block. So we need to hide the lock. Perfect. Let's try it. I need my pipe and perfect. The lock is gone. Now they have to close and oh, I need to put the lock back. Okay, this will be a little bit more complicated because the closing logic is in each door. So what we'll need to do is to maybe migrate that logic to the trigger. So the trigger will be the one that we control when the door opens and when the door closes, and also when everything is finished. So the trigger will be the responsible to avoid interfering with the movement and all that stuff. So let's open the trigger script. Let's create the variables. So the first one will be the wait time. So the wait time is the time that the door remains closed. We need to define another one that will be the open time, as I remember. So open time, this is a number variable. Okay, let's define the default parameters so the previous doors will still work after this change. If I put the numbers in 0, I don't know what will happen. So the next one is the moving boolean to check if the door is moving or not. So it's true or false. And that's everything, I think. Okay, let's proceed with our logic. So we're going to have the same logic for the trigger entered by the player and the trigger entered by the object. So let's unify this logic in just one event. Let's use open. So now we need to send open event to self, and we need to receive it here. Okay. This is just to avoid duplicating the logic, because the logic will be more than just sending an event. Now the if statement asking if we are not moving. Same as before with the doors. So if we are not moving, we need to move. So first we need to set the variable to true. So moving is true. Boolean input true. And now we need to send the event to the doors. Not the doors, the door. We have just one door here, right? So send the open event to the door. Okay, perfect. And just define the door as a target. And now we need to send an event with delay, because we are controlling the closing logic here now. So we need to send close to self after. Oh, remember from the first tutorial that we need to add these two numbers. So let's go for the sum operator and let's add the wait and open. This is because before closing we need to wait for the door to be open and then for the wait time. And this part is extremely important. The door won't have the time anymore, so we need to send it with the event. So that is why we have a parameter here. So we can grab the open time and send it with the open event. I will show you how to receive this event with a parameter later. But for now, let's implement the close logic. So let's receive the close event, close, and here we're gonna do something similar. We need to send the close event to the door, and as I explained you before, the door won't have the times now, so we need to send the time with this event. So So let's define the target is the door, and here again with a parameter that will be the wait. Sorry, the open time, because they will close with the same speed that it opens. And now we need to proceed with the finish logic. So we need to send an event with delay, just because we need to wait for the door to be closed, right? If we don't use the delay, we won't wait for the closing animation. So let's add the delay here. Perfect. The wait time, I mean the open time. And now we need to receive this event. Let's receive finish. Where is finish? It's not here. Oh, here it is. Okay. Finish. And here I just have to set the moving variable to false, because we stopped moving. That is the only step we have in our finish logic. So set moving, and I need a boolean input here to true. I could have duplicated the the previous set, but it's okay. Okay, I think we are ready. Now we need to go to our door script and remove all that logic. Okay, let's start with the variables. What do we need to remove here? The sound is still needed. The rotation is still needed. We need to remove the times, right? Those are controlled by the trigger now. So let's remove this one. Moving is also controlled by the trigger, and open time. Okay, and now we see that we have errors everywhere because the variables are not there anymore. So let's start removing those blocks. We need this setback. No. We need the rotation. This one. Okay, when we receive the open event, we just need to rotate. Nothing else. Oh, we also need the sound. Yeah. You can see that we have an error in the rotation. It's because we don't have the time anymore. So now the time is received in the open event. So here we can add here the parameter, a number. You can use a name that you want. I will call it time. And now you can grab the parameter from here and you can use it inside this scope, inside the scope of this event. Let's remove the if because we don't need it. And that's everything. So let's do the same for close. Let's remove this send event. We are not controlling that anymore. And the same here. So the time is not here anymore, so we need to receive it as a parameter. Let's call it time again, and it could have the same name because the scopes are different. The first time lives inside of that event, that open event. So this new time that I'm declaring here lives inside the close event, so I can use it here. And now finish. We don't need to do anything with finish. So that's everything. It looks so much cleaner now. Okay, let's try it. First, let's try to open the previous doors to check if they're still working. Perfect. And perfect. Okay, previous doors are working. Let's try the new one. And no, I cannot open the door. Okay. What happened? Oh, okay. I think the problem is I'm sending these events. Oh, I found it. Okay. The double door script is receiving the open event, but it's not specifying the parameters. So basically when that happens, it won't receive the event. And also I need to implement the close event. So you can grab this and just duplicate the entire thing. That's cool. And now close. And here I have to specify the parameter. I will name it close. We need to send the close event to both doors, close and close. And now I can grab the parameter and send it with the close event. Okay, same here, time parameter, I can grab the parameter and send it as a parameter of the open event to both doors. Cool. And what is this? Hide. Oh, okay. Oh, I will need to show the lock after the door is closed. So I will need to listen to the finish event. So I will need to send the finish event from the trigger. Okay. Let's open the trigger script and send event. This one doesn't need any parameter, so it's just finish. And let's come back to my double door and listen for finish. And here we will show yeah, this is hiding. Oh, I can undo, grab the show and move the variable there. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's try this. Nice. Oh, but my lock was not there. And it's not appearing, so it's not working. Oh no, okay. What is happening? What is happening? Maybe a corrupted state because the door was not there. So we can just reset the world. Let's stop it and play it again. You can also reset, but it's okay. And let's try it. Nice. Okay. Close the door. Oh. So sad. What is happening with my lock? Let's check if the properties are okay. Yeah, they look okay. Okay, what is happening? I don't know. I'm receiving the finish event. Okay, these look okay. Let's check if I am sending the event correctly. Oh, I'm sending to self. I need to send it to the door. Let's grab the door. Okay, so let's grab and working. So cool. And the lock is back. Okay. I always wanted to open a door with a pipe. Oh, do you know what else could we have? Visual effects. That would be nice. So if you go to your inventory and to gizmos, you will find this particles object. You can grab it and place it in your world. Oh, did you see that? And here you can see different parameters. Looping is off, so that is okay. And play on a star, we don't want that. We just want to play it when we touch it. And we can preview here. And here in the bottom part, you can select the particles you want to use. Okay, let's scale it down and place my particles in the right position, just next to the lock. And now let's add it to our double door script. Let's open it, and we need to add the reference first. Add an object. This will be my particle effect. And now we need to play this effect, right? So to do that, we go to this menu over here, particles here, play. So play visual effect. I will put it here when we open the door and grab the variable I just created to play there. Okay. Let's try this. No. We need to connect everything. Let's open the double door. Let's maybe add the particles inside of the group, so we can grab the particles with one hand, open the group here, and place it just here. Okay, let's open the particles property panels and grab the reference to the new variable I created, the visual effect. Okay, we are ready to try it. I grab my pipe and this is so nice. Okay, again. So beautiful. Okay, I think this is everything for now. Okay, bye.